Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name.
Welcome to another episode of Truth and Tea with Dr. T. Today, you are joining me from the wonderful island of Hawaii. And I'm here with my lei on and my Aloha Hawaii hat. Aloha means hello and goodbye. And I came here primarily to honor Dr. Lawrence Mamiya, Dr. Larry Mamiya. We used to call him Mr. Mamiya. He was my mentor at Vassar College, where I got my undergrad, and continued mentoring me throughout life. So I'm going to tell you a quick story about how I got to Hawaii, and then I'm going to get into today's tea. So last year, we had a National Association of Community Health Workers. Most of you know that's what I do in my day job. I train community health workers and oversee the education at Health Impact Ohio. I was asked at the last minute to fill in for the incomparable Angela Dawson, who was supposed to be the keynote speaker at the National Association of Community Health Workers Conference. Angela Dawson had pinned one day for her keynote. It was actually the other day. So they were scrambling to find a speaker, and my CEO, Carrie Baker, shout out to Carrie, she said, I know somebody who could do it, Tanika. I was the only person she could think of that within 24 hours notice could bang out a keynote. And thanks to Heidi Welsh, shout out to Heidi, who made my slides look like we had worked on them for months. I came up with a presentation, a variation of the presentation that I always do. And I did it at the National Association of Community Health Workers last year, and it went very well. And during the question and answer section, someone from the Hawaii delegation of community health workers asked if I would speak at their conference this year. Immediately, tears sprang to my eyes because I knew Mr. Mamiya was behind this. He was born in Honolulu. He died here on the island of Hawaii, and I'd always told him that I was going to come here and visit him. He passed in 2019 before I got to come, but I feel like he was behind the scenes making this happen. And so here I am. I spoke on Friday at the conference. I think things went really well. I spoke on the power of one, how one person can change the trajectory of your entire life. And I used my grandmother, Lily Adelaide in Owusu, and Lawrence Mamiya as two people who had changed the trajectory of my life with their consistency, with their love, with their attention, with their adoration. And just seeing me in the future and speaking to my future state. That's the most important thing that I think they did. They never saw me when I was in the valley. They never treated me like I was in the valley. They always treated me like I was on the top of the mountain. So the speech went well. I want to say again, thank you for them for having me, for flying me out here. I stayed in the Prince Waikiki for the 3 days while I was presenting, and then I moved to Waikiki Malia here in Waikiki, and I have just had an amazing time in Hawaii. Yes, I am solo traveling. I'm here by myself, but not alone, because the Hawaiian people are phenomenal and they're wonderful, and I make friends everywhere I go. So I've had an amazing time, and I'll do another episode specifically about the things that I experienced in Hawaii. But right now, I want to tell you that today, drum roll, marks the end of my 60-day dating moratorium. Round of applause. Now, I know some of y'all did not think I was going to make it. By some of y'all, me, I didn't think I was going to make it. But I did 60 days, no dating, no talking, no kissing, no good morning, good evening text, no dating sites, nothing. And it was phenomenal. I mean, I really didn't know how much I was going to get out of it. But I think the fact that I woke up this morning and I forgot that the dating moratorium was over, I didn't jump up and get on Facebook dating, I didn't jump up and text anybody, that says volumes to why this worked. Because this is no longer my focus. It's no longer the priority. I am in my Ruth season of just doing me and living, knowing that the man that is supposed to find me will find me. And also, I'm going to continue to evaluate, right? I'm going to continue to look amongst the weeds for the flowers. And so, I wanted to share with you a couple things that I found that I wrote in my journal yesterday. One of the things I found was that I'm an exquisite find. Not everyone will know what to do with me, and that's okay. There's a lot to unpack with me, okay? There's a lot. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with, look what I got on. A hat, Lauren Hill, Jay. Like, I'm okay with being a lot. I'm okay with being a lot. I'm okay that I'm not everybody's cup of tea. That's okay. There are a lot more weeds than there are beautiful hibiscus flowers. I got a hibiscus flower tattoo yesterday. Hibiscus flowers are rare, so it's okay being an exquisite find. I, in my relationships, demand to be chosen every day, but I don't need constant validation to know that I'm loved. That's so important because before I needed somebody to constantly be texting me, constantly be reassuring me because I just didn't feel that sense of validation on the inside. And so I do have an anxious attachment style for those of you who know attachment styles. If you don't, I'll put a link down below so that you can see what is your attachment style and how that may be impacting you dating. And so needing that constant validation is draining for your partner. And so now I don't need that constant validation, the constant text. I do want to know that I'm being chosen every day, but I think that will show up in other ways. I need a man that has something to give, right? So I tend to attract Build-A-Bear men, like men that need me to pour into them and need me to build them up. And I'm out of that season of my life, okay? I need a man who can pour into me as much as I am pouring into them. And that means evaluating what's going on in that man's life a little bit differently. I need a man who sees my worth and knows that I have more assets than liabilities. So I'm never going to negate the liabilities, right? I'm never going to negate the trauma that I've been through or the messiness that shows up with me with some of my stuff, right? Could be family, could be friends, whatever. I'm not going to negate any of that, but I need my man to understand that there are more assets than there are liabilities. But you got to be able to take them both in order to love me. I deserve to be loved deeply. So this was an epiphany for me because in my past relationships, I have really, really wanted a superficial love, like not too much. Everything in my life is too much, right? There's too much trauma. There's too much heartache. School would often be a lot. My job is a lot. The kids are a lot. So I wanted something, real surface level, like we just hook up. As a matter of fact, in my marriage, I didn't even live with my spouse for 7 years. It was just a weekend thing. And I was cool with that. That's a problem, right? That's a problem. And so I learned that I want to be loved deeply. What does that mean? That means healing from those past wounds, healing from the first love wound, healing from those vows that I said I'll never love like this again. I don't ever want to be on the floor again crying. Most of y'all know who that was. But I had to heal in order to open up to receive a deep love. And 60 days may not seem like a long time, but this healing was already occurring during these past 3 years. I just believe that the 60 days sort of accelerated it so that I could see it, acknowledge it, and I could really, really be open to a healing, deep love, a kingdom love. I deserve to have my physical needs met in a marriage. So I'm an Aries. Aries are outspoken. We're brash. We're brave. But there was a part of me that struggled to ask for what I really need because I believed that in some way I didn't deserve love, right? Or that this person was doing me a favor by even being here. So how dare I put demands on the relationship? Woo! Baby, I'm letting that go. Okay, I am going to speak my truth about what my needs are, about what makes me feel safe, what makes me feel secure, and I am not going to compromise on things that are core beliefs for me, right? So monogamy, that's a core belief for me. You want to bring other people into this relationship, that's not for me. You want to have side chicks, that's not for me. You want to have a second wife, that's not for me, okay? I need to be the only queen in this castle and the only queen of your heart. If that doesn't work, then guess what? You're not the one for me, and I'm okay with that. So I'm going to speak up about those things that are core to me and not compromise on those things. And guess what? If that means I end up single, I'm okay. I'm a movement by myself. Now I'm a force when we're together. But baby, I'm good all by myself. Okay? And that is probably why this dating moratorium was so important. Because baby, I did not. I love myself. I love spending time by myself. I've taken trips by myself. I went to Africa by myself. Like, that wasn't the issue. The issue was that I did that as a placeholder. Like, I'm good doing stuff by myself as long as there's a man on the other side of this, right? And now I've had to settle into, this may be it. But guess what? This is the bomb. Hey, I love everything about my life. And moving men from the center focal piece to just one of the bubbles, just like family, work, career, hobbies, my relationship with God, men move from the focus to just one of the bubbles, which means if I have 8 bubbles and one of them isn't filled, I still have 7 more bubbles to focus on. And that's what I'm doing until that one bubble gets filled. And that one bubble won't make or break what's going on in my life anymore. Because the final thing that I came to is that I'm okay waiting patiently to be chosen. I'm okay waiting patiently to be chosen. Before my 60-day moratorium, at least 7, 8, 9, 10 times a day, I said, if I had a man, this would be easier. I got to do this because I don't have no man. Can you imagine if I had a man? I mean, that was like every day my rumination. And now that doesn't even cross my mind. It doesn't even cross my mind. If there is a man for me in this lifetime, and I do hope there is. I do. I hope there is a man. But I'm not willing to compromise this wonderful, beautiful life that I've built in order to satisfy that one little bubble getting filled. This dating moratorium has been everything. And thank you to everybody, especially Danette Sharpley, Carl Brown, Kim Davis, all of my friends, Kiana, all my friends who supported me, Nakia, up to this point, who spoke life into me, who've been there through the ups and downs of my phenomenal dating life. Thank you. Thank you for seeing that I could make it through these 60 days, because baby, I didn't. Thank you for your support. Thank you to all of the Truth and Tea followers, because you guys have watched me on this journey. I started and announced this 60-day moratorium here with you. I did an update in between, and now I'm here to say, we did it, Brooklyn. We did it. I want you to think about, what are you ruminating about? What's on your mind and your heart every day that may be keeping you from seeing that your life is so full, your cup is so full? What is that thing, and what would it take for you to change your focus? What would it take for you to change your focus? We have little kids. We're like, I can't wait till they grow up. I can't wait till they grow up. Then when they grow up, we're like, I wish they were babies again, right? We have long hair. We want short hair. We have short hair. We want long hair. Chocolate skin people want to be lighter. Lighter skin people want to be chocolate. What if we just sit in where we are right now and absorb all of the blessings that are a part of our lives, no matter what situation you're in? You may not be in Hawaii right now. You may be dealing with the lights being off, the electricity being off. You may be dealing with trees in your front yard. For those of you in Ohio, you may be dealing with some stuff, but sit and think about, I'm still here. I survived this. I'm not a casualty to be on the nightly news. My family is safe, even if we are without power and electricity. Okay? There's so much to be grateful for. So much gratitude to lean into in this season. And I just want to encourage you, because this 60 day, let me tell you, fast from something. If you have been struggling, take that thing off the table. B. Smith came out and said that B. Simone came out and said that she has fasted from social media and that it's been great for her because she had to realize the life that was in front of her, not the life that she was living out loud for her followers. If God is leading you to let something go, let it go. I promise He has something better for you. So for me, when I let go of the casual dating, I let go of being on the apps, I let go with keeping communication open with people that I've been with in the past. I let all those things go. God filled me up with the beauty and the miracle that is my life. And what better way to end it than here in Hawaii? I didn't even plan this. I randomly one day said I'm going to go on a 60-day dating moratorium. I didn't count the days and know that the last day would be in Hawaii. I didn't do that, but God knew. So it's impossible to look at the Pacific Ocean. It's impossible to look at the hibiscus flowers that are everywhere here. It's impossible to look at these beautiful birds and not know that there is a plan bigger than you and I. All we have to do is trust and walk by faith and not by sight. So I am believing God. I don't even have to say the best is yet to come because the best is here. I love what this looks like for me, and I'm looking forward to seeing what this looks like for you. Today is a crazy, crazy day. There's a planetary alignment. It's a solar eclipse. It's all type of things happening on my first day off my dating moratorium. I'm expecting big things. I'm dreaming big because this season that we are entering is like none other than we've ever seen before. We can declare it out of our mouths and believe it in our hearts, and it will be so. That's what the word says. So I'm declaring peace. I'm declaring alignment. I'm declaring joy. I'm declaring prosperity in every area of my life, and I'm declaring a covering over my children. The life that you dream about, you got to get started today, walking towards that life, doing something that your future self will thank you for. And those of you in a single season like me, guess what? Every day you're building the potential spouse that you will be. So work on that. Work on that. What you want to see in somebody else, work on that in yourself. If you want a peaceful spouse, you be peaceful. You want a spouse who's good with finances, you be good with finances. To myself, you want a person that cooks, you better figure out how to cook. I am so proud of my dad because my dad has been single for over a year. Baby, my dad has not gone without. So shout out to everybody who keeps my dad fed. But guess what? My dad went in the kitchen and started working some stuff out. I said, oh no, I know my dad ain't finna outcook me. So I feel challenged to now get in the kitchen and do a little something. So I think me and my best friend Danette, we're going to do a cooking challenge where she's going to try to teach me how to cook. And I'm up for the challenge. Because after I do these 60 days, baby, I can do anything. Listen, like, share, comment. If you're in a season where you feel like you need to give up something, PM and inbox me. I will touch and agree with you to be able to give that thing up because I couldn't have done this without the Lord. He is my rock, my strength, and my fortress. He is all that I need. He is everything. I mean, literally, me filling in for somebody else to speak led to me speaking in Hawaii. Who wouldn't serve a God like that? Put your trust in the Lord and watch Him work that thing out. All right, y'all, I'm going to get ready to head on out. Go back to Columbus, Ohio, where I have no power at my house, but I am plugged into the power. I'll see you all soon. Truth and Tea with Dr. T. We out.
is